So I'm just sat here in one of my favourite pubs in the world, which is the extremely iconic 10 Bells, Spitalfields. Yeah, I could sit here all day. I'm just going to give you a little tour. You know, when I sit in here, I just think about that. There was that doorway there. So that was the doorway Annie Chapman, aka Dark Annie, popped her head in the night she was murdered. This pub is I've got good authority. I've spoke to Lindsay Sibbiter, but this is actually one of the most haunted pubs in London. Now, back in sorry, excuse me, I'm getting old. Back in Jack the Ripper's time, so that bar was on the back wall, but you can see how atmospheric it still is. Sorry lads, sorry mate. Downstairs is the toilets. I showed you in the last video last year. Very, very creepy down there. But I mean, just look at that. The decor. It's like you just walked back on 1888. As I said, Annie Chapman was popped her head in that doorway, and then, so that was the second victim, and then just here, so just there was the fifth victim, Mary Ann Kelly's patch. So her nickname was Black Annie. Apparently she could fight like the devil, and that was her kind of place, if you like, to get her punters. So yeah, what a pub. Four floors up, and I mean, I've never been up the top, but I spoke to a lot of ripperologists. I've spoke to Lindsay Sibbiter, lovely girl, and she said you just couldn't pay me any money in the world to stay in there again after she was physically attacked by a spirit, and not the spirits behind the bar, but it's literally over the road from Christchurch, and that's the reason that the name the 10 Bells. And then that was where Mary Kelly was murdered. And the girl I was on about earlier, so there and to your right, or maybe the left on there, on this body, so that was where Annie Chapman was killed on Hanbury Street. So I mean, I could sit in this pub all day, I really could. I could just sit here and watch people watch, but yeah, I always just sit there and like my mind will wander back to 1880, and you know, in the 10 weeks of the murders going on, how many people would come in here and sit and talk, and there's been another one, and you know, there's been a double event this time, and this pub would be covered in prostitutes. You know, it's not so much now, but back in 1988, when the centenary year and the Michael Caine film was out, Whitechapel, so this pub would sell pints lager, but it would be dyed with blood, with red, so you'd look like you're having a pint of blood, and they'd sell like a Ripper tipple, and there'd be strippers every Sunday apparently. They'd be selling Jack the Ripper items, where it's not very much like that these days, but of course, no matter how hard they try, they can never escape the history, and you're never going to get rid of the likes of people like me coming in and having a nose about. But this is the 10 Bells in the Commercial Road. I'm living on the street for a week. I'll be in here every day. I always am, every single time I'm in London. I'll always come in here every day. I'm not fussed about the Blind Beggar, but I'll always go to Pellicci's on Bethnal Green Road. That's quite known for the Cray story. But yeah, 10 Bells pub.